Spider-Man is back, and this time it's a genuinely new chapter. After No Way Home closed out one of the most emotional arcs this character has ever had, a lot of us were nervous. That ending felt complete. Bittersweet, but complete. So the big question walking into Brand New Day was simple. Is this gonna build on that or undo it? Good news first, this is the first Tom Holland Spider-Man movie not directed by Jon Watts. Destin Daniel Cretton steps in, the filmmaker behind Short Term 12 and Shang-Chi, and you can feel a different hand guiding this one. It's been a few years since Peter willingly erased himself from the memories of everyone he loves. He's alone now, no Aunt May in his corner the way he used to have her, no old friend group who remembers who he really is. He's just Spider-Man, full-time, and that isolation is the emotional engine of the whole movie. Here's the twist that makes it interesting. The loneliness isn't just something Peter's dealing with emotionally, it's literally changing him. The stress of carrying this double life alone is triggering something physical, a strange new evolution in his powers that he can't fully control. So you've got Spider-Man in the literal sense, a hero whose body is reacting to what he's going through, and the man in the sense that everyone around him assumes he's totally fine when he's really not. For most of the runtime, this is a solo story. Peter's out there handling threats on his own, occasionally crossing paths with other heroes. Jon Bernthal returns as Frank Castle, and Mark Ruffalo shows up as Bruce Banner. But this never turns into a big ensemble Avengers-style movie. It stays grounded in Peter's world. It's friendly neighborhood Spider-Man again, and that's exactly the vibe that made people fall for this character in the first place. And that first stretch of the film especially nails it. It plays almost like flipping through a run of classic Spider-Man comics. A guy in a mask swinging around the city, running into costume threats without over-explaining every single one of them, just letting the world feel lived in and strange in a fun way. Scorpion shows up fully formed, tail and all, and the movie doesn't bother justifying how, it just trusts you to go with it. That looseness works in its favor. Visually, this is the best-looking entry in Holland's run. The cinematography has real shadow and color to it, which stands out given how flat a lot of blockbusters have looked lately. The swinging sequences are some of the strongest committed to film in years, genuinely up there with Amazing Spider-Man 2 territory, which is saying something. And the suit deserves its own shout-out. It blends the reflective red tones people loved from Tobey Maguire's costume with the sleeker shine of Andrew Garfield's, plus expressive eye lenses that actually convey emotion. It reads as fabric, it moves like fabric, and it might be the best Spider-Man suit put on screen. Performance-wise, Tom Holland is fully locked in. This is arguably his most mature, most emotionally demanding work in the role yet, and he sells every bit of the weight Peter's carrying. The chemistry with Jon Bernthal's Punisher is a highlight. Two very different philosophies about justice bouncing off each other, and it works because of the friction, not despite it. Someone give these two an entire buddy movie. Zendaya also gets scenes loaded with unspoken history. She doesn't remember what she and Peter used to have, but he does, and that quiet imbalance creates some genuinely affecting moments. And the Bruce Banner material lands better than expected. It's clearly there to satisfy longtime fans, and it does exactly that. Now, it's not flawless. The back half sags a little. At 2 hours and 25 minutes, there are emotional beats that could have been trimmed without losing anything, and the film would have hit harder at a tighter runtime. And the credits scene, the actual post-credits, not a mid-credits stinger, is a bit of a letdown. It's a fun reference if you catch it, but it's tucked so far at the end that a chunk of the theater audience was already grumbling on the way out. Worth knowing going in, don't expect it to reward a long wait. But even with that stretch in the middle, the overall experience is a strong one. It respects what came before instead of erasing it. It lets Peter actually grow instead of resetting him, and it brings back that optimistic, hopeful energy that makes Spider-Man Spider-Man. No grim cynicism, just a guy trying to do right by his city while quietly falling apart inside. It's one of the better MCU entries of the last few years. Easily worth a trip to the theater for any Spider-Man fan. That's my spoiler-free take on Spider-Man Brand New Day. A full spoiler breakdown is coming soon, so keep an eye out for that. Let me know down in the comments, have you seen it yet? And if not, what are you expecting? Also, what's your all-time favorite Spider-Man movie? Thanks for watching. This has been Unfold with You. See you in the next one.